excited that you've joined me this morning or this afternoon or whenever for this core transformation balance session. If you're not familiar with core transformation balance, this is the session where we slow everything down. We're still working on strength. We're still working on stability. We're still working on breath work. But what we're doing is we are moving a little slower with a little bit more purpose so we can open up the body. You work hard. You're using your body in a way that you need to take the time to then release it. So that's what we're up to today. So glad you joined us. Have your water at the ready. I'm going to grab a quick swig and we're going for it. Whew. It's a little hard to work the top here. Okay, here we go. Let's start by just opening up the feet. We're going to roll the toes under and switch. Now pull back. Pull back from the knees here. I'm pulling and pressing back so the whole front of the leg is getting opened up. Let's go ahead and go right into moving flamingos. Knees are together. Slightly squeeze the glutes. Always lengthening through the core. Press the top of the head for the sky. Gentle breath with the work. As you breathe, you're lengthening through the core. Good. Now we're going to hold. Knees together, lengthening through the core. Press the foot into the hand. Pull back in. Press. And pull back in. Good. Bringing the knee forwards. Find that balance point. Pressing the knee into the hands and pull in. And press. And pull in. Open wide. Pressing the knee into the hand and pull in. And press. And pull in. Good job. Now we're going to sit down we're going to switch from side to side, moving mantis. Couldn't find the balance on that one. Going to find it this time and sink and sit. Good. Okay, now we're working that same side. We're going to sit and sink into it. Once you find the balance, really start to stretch in the hips. And we are going to circle, spiraling those arms, maintaining that balance, relaxing the spine, and let's switch right into the other side. Sink, finding that balance. I love working on uneven ground and bare feet. You're always doing core transformation in bare feet. Let's spiral out. Why? Because your feet have 25% of all the bones and muscles in your body. They're right there in your feet. They've got to move. They need and crave complex movements to be able to stay healthy and supple. Let's press the foot down into the hand and pull in and press and pull in. Good. Bring the knee up, finding the balance. Grab the knee, pushing into the hands and pull back in. Push out, pull back in. Good. Now we're going to bring it out. Woo. Push out, pull back in, and press, and pull back in. Good. Let's come down into sumo. Roll the wrist and fingers, moving the face all around. Let's go ahead and lift, lift. And now press open. Lengthen through the spine. Deep breath, exhaling, press the top of the head for the sky. And move the face all around. Roll the wrist and fingers. Turn on the pelvic floor. That means squeeze everything in your crack. Make it work. Feel how the squeezing in the pelvic floor moves all the way up into the core. Good. All right, here we go. Let's lift those feet again. And now squeeze the inner thighs into the arms and press open. And squeeze and press open. Let's bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot, lifting and lengthening. I want you to press this arm for the sky. Your left arm's up in the sky, right arm is pushing into the ground. Lengthen, find space between the collarbones, pressing the top of the head for the sky. Good, and let's switch. Reaching. Good. Bring those hands down, and we're gonna push the feet forwards, come right into forward bend, reaching behind those ankles, and we're pulsing. While you're here, the pulsing is the belly button coming down to the quads. While you're here, go ahead and squeeze at those calf muscles. Top of the head's coming to the ground. Oh, I need this opening today. Coming over to the right hand side, pulling your head through that triangle you're creating with your arm and your leg. Coming through and pull, straighten those knees. As you exhale, use your breath like wind on water, pressing the top of the head for the ground. Coming to the other side. Come back center. Good. And come back to squat. We're gonna backwards duck walk. Lifting those from the balls of the feet, lifting the hips, getting them to bear weight dynamically. And now coming back, try to get those arms involved. Yes, it feels weird. It's not natural, but it is one of those restorative movements that's gonna wake those hips up. Coming on up, and let's roll those hips. Woo! Feeling a little rusty, but that's what we're doing, is we are taking rust out of these joints. All right, here we go. Bringing those arms up. We're getting ready to just push back. We're hinging. So push the hips back, reaching forwards. And now come back up. Squeeze the glutes. Come on back. We're coming into shake and bake, lengthening through those hip flexors. Lengthen through the spine. Reach, creating space in those ribs. Moving the face all around, and reach for the sky. And bring those arms down. Good. Let's bring that right arm up. Slight squeeze of those glutes. Lengthening through the side body. Now take a nice deep breath in, creating space in those ribs. Now cascade on over. We're going to 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch pulse, rolling the wrist and fingers. All right, so we've been easing into this. It's about ready to get a little bit more intense, not crazy intense, but we really want to get all of our muscles warmed up. So we're going to be working on that today. We're going to turn everything on and move through some of our deep muscle contraction. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it down and around. Good. Have a seat. Point the toes straight forwards, and we're pulsing. Keep lengthening through the core. Move the face. Push the back of the head onto the shoulders. Bring chin to chest. Strengthening, stretching the back of the neck. Bring it back. Push those hands together. Then let's go ahead and come on up, shake out those quads, and we're gonna go ahead and open up the hips. A little balance work here too. And switching to the other side. Here we go. Good. All right, here we go. Left hand's coming up. Slight squeeze of those glutes. Lengthen through the core. Press the top of the head for the sky. Feel the length you can create here in your core using your back muscles and the stability of your glutes. Coming on over. Because you can create that balance in your body all day. Because remember, you can happen to your body. Your body does not have to happen to you. If you're not using movement as medicine, if you don't have the awareness of how to hold your body, of how to use your body, of how to use your breath, your body can over time happen to you. These signs of aging that we accept as inevitable, that's not the way it is. We've got misconceptions about how to use our bodies, and I'm here to help you break through all of that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it down and around. All right, here we go. We're gonna move into speed skate. So we're gonna be exhaling with that work. Dig deep, pushing those legs back. In just a few seconds, we're gonna hold and sink into this stretch right here. So a little bit of a different angle, sinking those hips apart. Good. And let's just go ahead and pulse. We've got our hands down on this pulse. We're gonna bring the arms up and pulse from here. Wow. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pop out with a kick. We're going right back into speed skate. That hip feels used. We worked it real quickly in that angle. We're not only opening up the hip, but strengthening it from a different angle. And now holding, sink into it, open it, pushing the knee out. It's a little different than just your basic hip flexor. We've got the knee coming out and over, and we're sinking. Now bring it up just a little bit. Keep it still angled out. We're gonna pulse from here, just slowly starting to open it up, slowly starting to do the work. And now bringing those hands up, keep opening the knee and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and power move up. Woo! All right, we're gonna pull whatever you have at the ready for bar work. Have that ready to go. And we're going for it. All right, before we move to the bar, we're gonna move to the mat. All right, moving to the mat. Let's get some ab work in. We're gonna start with rock and roll. As we go through the move, we are gonna be opening up the meridian along the shin. So you're gonna be pressing in along the side, both sides of the bone. Here we go. We're rocking and rolling. And pressing in along those sides. Working around the knees. Pressing in on all those little bony prominences, for lack of a better word. And now it's time to work those feet. And we are really going to work the feet today. Because if we can wake up the feet, we've woken up the whole body. A little reflexology work here. Bringing those fingers in between the toes. Well, I'm glad you can't see a close-up of my toes. They need some work. We're going to pull forwards and pull back. Straighten those knees. Now we're going to start to pulse here. We're pulling from the belly button down onto these quads. Little tiny pulse. Now take your thumb and squeeze the webbing in between the toes. And let's go ahead and roll those ankles. Take it around the other direction. Good. And now pull forward and pull back. If you can't reach your toes, do this from the inside and pull those toes back. Flexing the foot, spread the toes as wide as you can. We're pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're going right back into rock and roll. And rolling back. And opening wide. Open those legs. Lengthen the neck. Allow the arms, stretching through the shoulder joint, making the arms as long as you can. And rolling down. We're going to go ahead and do just a little bit of work on each one of these feet. Starting at the center of the foot at the top, you're going to press and move out. Come down just a little bit, pressing the whole bottom of the foot here. And pressing. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and shiatsu the toes. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. Squeezing the webbing in between. Push, pull, and squeeze. Third and fourth. Push, pull, and squeezing. Fourth and fifth. Push, pull, and squeeze. And here we go. Let's go ahead and we're going to pull the toes forwards. And now flex the foot back, opening the toes as wide as you can. Press. Really make those toes work. Pull back. On both sides, the toes are squeezing. They're leading this. We get a good work, not just from the ankle, but make the toes have to work. You should start to feel it here pretty soon if you're doing it right. Really squeeze down. This is not a common movement for most people. We don't really focus on just making the foot move. But every time you go through this, you're actually creating more viscosity in the ankle joint. You're lubricating that joint, creating better movement. You're making the toes have to work really hard. They need this work. So we're going to do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. And take both feet up at 90-degree angles. I want you to roll the ankles. Take it the other direction. It's amazing, and take it the other direction. It's amazing how much our ankles need to be worked like this. Take it the other direction. And now let's switch to the other side. Here we go. Pressing the base of the foot. No spot left behind. Make sure every spot is covered. Coming into the heel and kind of love in on that heel just a little bit. Now shiatsuing the toes. We're going to push, pull the first and second toe. Really get those toes moving. Squeeze in between. Feel how this move creates energy, and this is opening up the very tip of your energy meridian. Push, pull, third and fourth, and squeeze. Push, pull, fourth and fifth, and squeeze that webbing in between those toes. And here we go. Looks like we're doing nothing, but this is a whole lot of something. Waking up the feet. If you have, like I have a little bit of an ankle injury on this foot. So I'm going to actually do a little massage work while I'm moving. But if you have something going on in your feet, this work is such good medicine for that. And open. I've got an old skiing injury deep in this ankle that sometimes comes alive, but I know that the movement is going to give me the medicine that I need here. Opening those toes, now pressing those toes. And honestly, just instinctively pressing into those places where I'm creating a stretch here. I'm a little stuck here in my tendons. Just a couple more, guys. Keep squeezing down. Now open wide. Try to get that ankle to move just as far as you can. Okay, one more time. Make it good. Make it strong. Squeezing, squeezing. And open wide. Bring in both knees up, and let's go ahead and roll the ankles. So you can feel this work all the way up into the calves. Take it the other direction. We're pressing now. Your feet should feel so alive right now. The energy pulsing through those, the circulation we just created. Press up through the pubic bone, lifting, squeezing those glutes. Take a deep breath and press for the sky. Okay, before we go into really opening up these ribs, opening up the legs a little bit more, we're gonna do some glutes. So we're gonna squeeze down and press up. Or drop down and squeeze up is really a better way to say this. Okay, now we're gonna lift the right leg, stabilizing here, come down just a little bit and lift. A little bit of a pulse. And try to make this leg long into the air, stretching all the way from the hip joint. Finding space. I'm even getting my toes in here, curling forwards and flexing down. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and switching. I'm going to do just a couple in the center to re-engage that bilateral movement. And here we go, lifting and coming down. We see clouds this morning in Colorado. The haze blew off last night. I hope that means the fires are becoming more contained. And bringing it down. And release. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, pull the feet into the chest. Dropping the shoulders, melting the sacrum down into the ground. Deep breath and pulling in. Good. Let's rock from side to side. Good. All right, here we go. We're pressing again. This time we are opening up. Take a deep breath and lift the pubic bone for the sky. Deep breath and pressing. Deep breath and lift. This time fill the belly with air and hold. Deep breath and press from the inside out. Keep breathing, but you're maintaining that pressure. And exhaling, melting down. Go ahead and roll the fingers in underneath the ribs. We're going to pull out with the fingers, push in with the palms, pull out, push in, pull out, push in, pushing in all along those side ribs. And let's do some frictioning circles. You always press in, a little pressure on those frictioning circles, and feel the warmth happening in between those ribs. And let's go ahead and take the hands. We're going to cup them over the ribs and the pectorals. And now taking the fingers in between, in the sternum, and we are letting those raindrops fall. Good. Go ahead and reach. Before we go into our abs, let's do one stretch here, reaching for the toes, pulling in, straightening the knee, press the heel for the sky. Feel the length you're creating. Spread those toes. Reaching above and behind the ankle, pull in, rolling the ankle. And let's go ahead and work in on doing some frictioning circles here, and now up and down the inner and outer thigh, warming up that IT band. Good. And now take your hands, I want you to come up the center of the thigh. You're going to squeeze in right here, but squeeze in on the sides, just warming up the whole leg. And lift both legs. I want you to do circling friction all around the head of the femur, right here at the hip, warming up those glutes. Good work. All right, here we go. Other side, reaching for that toe. Pull in, pressing the heel for the sky, lengthening through that leg, straightening the knee. That feeling, that is the feeling of transformation, that little bit of discomfort, that shakiness, not pain. It's shakiness we're looking for. Pull in, just being on the edge a little bit. Roll the ankle, take it around the other direction. Good, and here we go. Frictioning circles, that means we're pressing in, we're squeezing in just a little bit before we do the frictioning circles. You should feel a lot of heat happening right here. And let's come up the center, the inner thigh, and the IT band, up and down. And now pressing right here. Do the midline in the back of the legs and squeezing in. And let's do this work around the head of the femur. Good. All right, bringing both legs down. We're gonna reach for the inner thighs. Slight squeeze of those glutes. Releasing those hands, and we are pulsing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 51, 2. Now, before you go any further, stop, hold. What we're doing, push the knees together, walk the feet out. We're going to stretch the IT band for the rest of this set. And here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. Keep squeezing those glutes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 90. Rolling it down. Good job. Here we go. Right leg is up again. Pulling forwards, press the heel for the sky. Good. Let's go ahead and bend that knee in. Pulling it in. Let's rock that baby. We're going to finger press the base of that foot again. So we've worked the energy meridians in some form or fashion all the way up the legs, into the hips. We've worked through the ribs. We haven't worked the belly button yet, but we will. We're coming into figure 4. You can reach through or access the leg wherever you can access it, taking a deep breath. Exhale, pull the foot down into the body. Dropping the sacrum, dropping the shoulders. Take a deep breath. Melt the body. We've got work on this side, and on the back side, it's all about release. Good. Go ahead and egg beater those legs. We're going to work the belly button here in just a second. Take it the other direction. I want you to feel like those calves are just flopping around, getting all kinds of range of motion here in the knees. Take your fingers just like so. They're gonna be pointing like this into your belly button, on both sides of your belly button. I want you to do just a little tiny press. Press, press, press. Now bring the right hand in right over the belly button. Now bring it back out. Now the left hand. And bring it back out. Switching. And back out. Left hand and back out. And now above and below the belly button. Good. And do a nice big circle. We're going, starting on the right side, coming down on the left, following the natural flow of the large intestine. Nice big circle. All right, great work. Here we go. Other side, reaching for that toe, pulling in, press the heel for the sky, straightening the knee. Good job. Reaching above and behind that ankle, pulling in, roll that ankle. Good. And pull that foot in. Let's finger press the base of that foot. We've got 15 minutes left to push through, get some bar work in, and continue to deeply open the body. We are rocking that baby. Just let the body go. Use that rocking motion to set the spine free. And let the head follow. Bring that right leg up. We'll end with the chi balancer today. We'll do more work with that. Take a deep breath. Exhaling, pull in. Exhaling again. Melt the shoulders. Drop the sacrum. Feel the deep stretch happening here. Deep breath. Exhaling. Melt, 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 melt. Oh. Good. All right, right leg is up. Left leg is extended. If you'd like to, you can modify with a bent knee here. I'm reaching behind the knee, squeezing the glutes. The glutes are going to keep squeezing all the way through. That's turning on the muscles 360 in your abdominal region, reaching for the sky. From here, we're pulsing. We keep coming back to that beginning point. If you need more difficulty, drop the leg. And we are going for it. Even steady breath. If your neck gets tired, if you're working it too hard, it's starting to get tight and tense and maybe a little sore, bring the hands right here. But keep the movement right here. We're not moving the head. We're not moving the shoulders. Keep squeezing those glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Before we switch to the other side, we're going to scissor. Come up as the leg comes up. I never said core transformation balance was easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch to the other side. If you need to, grab and take a break. Otherwise, hold, and we're pulsing. Fist width between chin and chest. And if you find yourself doing this work and having the need to push a groan or a grunt out of your gut, do it. That's an emotional release. Let your body release that stress and that tension, those layers, those things that we hold on to. That's part of why we move, is that we can, just like a baby has to cry every day just to let it go. Moving is a way that we can access those stored pockets of tension and stress and let them go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those legs, slow-mo for 4, 3. Now, if you can, keep them from touching the ground. Hold right here. Open wide. Bring the hands up top, and we're gonna do our ground jacks. We got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Rock those hips. Let's undo some of that work. Woo! Arms are at 90-degree angles. Oh boy. Lift that right knee up and over. Bringing the knee as close to the elbow as you can. We're gonna 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch pulse. Whew, this is another great place to let out anything that's coming up. Don't hold it in, don't suppress it, just release it. You know, they have a form of counseling now, I don't know what it's called. I need to find the name for it. But where people actually have to move, like do a wall sit or do something that like stresses their muscles, to take them to a place where they can actually talk about the emotional intensity, they can actually get real. Stretch this out, because they've already taken their body to where their mind and spirit need to go. So we're gonna open wide here. I've got my left hand on my left hip and I'm lengthening through that hip. Gently pressing down here, not a big push, but just opening the hip a little bit more and lengthening through, starting with the lower back into the hip, every joint, every muscle's reaching. This is you saying no to hip surgery. This is you opening up your body. This is you happening to your body. I'm so proud of you for showing up and doing this work. Let's bring this leg around. And if you are doing this work, comment below here on Facebook. Let me know that you are enjoying it. Let me know what's happening for you. Let me know what else I can bring to the mix. If there's anything you're looking for, I am here to serve. Bringing the knee to the elbow. Pulsing. Exhaling, melting the shoulders, softening the face, let the eyeballs soften. Oh, just release. And stretch that leg around, bringing it around, opening wide here. Got my right hand coming to my right hip this time, lengthening through, making this nice and long and strong, feeling the length happening, pushing from the lower back. You can always find more space. Keep searching for more space the whole time you're in this. And keep melting the face, melting the shoulders, allowing the body to find that balance between work and release. All right, rock those hips from side to side. Let that tongue just loll around. And I want you to come up off the ground in some way that has you not using your hands. Wow, we've only got about 7 minutes. We're gonna head to the bar. And then we're gonna close out this session. We got some neck and shoulder release routine stuff to do. So here we go. Feet, you're coming into plie position. If you can handle this, you're up on the balls of the feet, heels are together, lengthening through your core. We're gonna tilt down, tilt down. Tilt, down, tilt, down, tilt, down, tilt, down, tilt, down, tilt, down. Woo, don't let your bar make you fall over. Tilt, down. And by the way, I'm sure you're using something more sturdy than I am. This is just what I have at the ready, something I can pull out into my yard. But you should be using the kitchen bar, a sturdy chair, something outside if you're working out outside in the fresh air. Tilt and squeeze. But then again, it's also good to work on that balance. Do I have to depend on this thing for balance? Can I hold these moves without that? Coming down, exhale, squeeze. Shh. And down. Squeeze both cheeks together. Lengthen through the core right here. Press the top of the head for the sky. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Make the glutes work equally. You're balancing out the hips here. Good. We are not going to do much bar work today. I want us to focus on getting our neck and shoulder release routine in. So you're going to be standing. I'm going to do it here so that you can see what I'm doing. Because today is all about getting our energy meridians open. We're going to work from the arms up into the shoulders, into the head, and we're going to close this morning with our good morning squeeze. So, or good afternoon, whatever time of day you're doing this. So, go ahead and start rubbing the hands together. When I start rubbing, it's like you're wringing them out, okay? And take the fingers in between those tendons all the way up into the fingers. Okay, here we go. Come up. Good. Roll the wrist and fingers all around. Friction the arm here. Coming in between the bone here. So the thumb is underneath, in between both bones. Fingers are pressing in between the bones here, all the way up, and let's do circles around these heads of the bones right here, the little circles. Roll the wrist and fingers, reaching through the arms, little massage action in here. Good. And here we go. We're coming up the bicep and up the tricep, pressing, pressing, pressing. And let's go ahead and go in on that shoulder. Now press in on some of these points where, so you're standing, weights in the heels, squeeze the glutes, lengthen through the core, and we're pressing in on these bony parts here. Now press in. I want you skin to skin if you can do it, and push that elbow right here. Bring chin to shoulder, and we're gonna rake through. And open that arm wide. You are on Broadway. Oh! All right, while we're here, I want you to do just a little bit more of that tapotement with the fingers all the way up the sternum, all the way up the breastbone, and underneath the clavicle. Good. Other side, here we go. We are frictioning that arm, and here we go. We're coming up the center. Okay, once you get to the elbow, go ahead and work that elbow joint, making circles all around, stretching it out. This is a place where things get stuck. It can get painful because we don't move it, or because we're on our phones like this and holding it really tight. That's not good. That hurts us. So we want to undo that. Coming up the bicep, coming up the tricep. Working in here on the shoulder joint, all around these bony promontories here, pressing. And now push that hand in, bring chin to the opposite shoulder, push the elbow so you can get more. And here we go, nice and slow. Opening, bring the head back as you rake the hand forward and pull that hand into the sky. You are a Broadway star. Oh, that one feels so good. All right, here we go. Drop chin to chest, nice big circle. Move the face. And bring it around. Oh. As you come back, move the face. And on this one, if you're running into a place that feels tight, stuck, sore, or tender, just slow it down. Let's press the neck to the other side. Drop that shoulder. We're gonna micro roll forward as you rake through the pectoral into the shoulder. Micro roll back. And move the wrist and fingers all around. Bring the ear over to the other shoulder. Drop both shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder up into the ear and drop. And squeeze and drop. Now bring the ear over. And bring the head over to the other side. Drop that shoulder. Micro roll forwards. And micro roll back. And roll the wrist and fingers all around. Bringing the ear over to the other shoulder. And drop. And release. Good job. All right, I want you to grab at the roots of the hair and gently pull. So I pull and then I make a little circle. Then I find another spot. Pull, make a little circle. Waking up the scalp, softening the muscles that are the thin muscles that are on the scalp. A loose scalp is a scalp that's less likely to give you a headache. So that's one part of my repertoire. You got to stay hydrated, right? Stay away from all those nasty chemicals that can cause headaches. Lots of people have been getting headaches here in Colorado because of the fires. And wherever else those fires are going on right now, California, all over the place. So here we go. I want you to bring the foot and curl it under. Put weight down into that joint right here. Good. We've done some great footwork today. Really opening up the feet every single energy meridian has been worked. I'm so proud of you for sticking with the work today. It's time for us to end with our squeeze. I want you to squeeze from the inner thighs and don't stop. And get ready for the work above the eyebrows. We're going to do upward moving circles, up the forehead, up into the scalp, and now into the temples, upward moving circles, up over the ears, into the scalp. We're going to pull down on the earlobe, rub it all around, pull down on the back of the ear, rub it all around, pull up on the top of the ear, and rub it all around. Rake those fingers in front of and behind the ears as you move the face, and press the thumbs into the top of the nose bridge, pressing and moving all the way around that eye bone. And rake the fingers up and down the nose. Keep squeezing those inner thighs. Don't just hang on for the ride. Go for it. We're going to press up into that nose bone. Good. Second and third fingers are coming down and around that eye bone. Good. And bring the thumbs to the base of the chin. We're going to do upward moving circles all along that jaw. And rake right here. Pin through, pin and press. As you lift the head and rake down into the pectorals and release that squeeze, bring the bottoms of the feet together, taking a deep breath and pull in. Good. All right, we're getting ready for the chi balancer. Opening up those, swivel those hips up and down on each side. Just feel the movement you've created in them. Open up the hands. Let everything just rest. Start to move those hips. Do you see how the movement's coming up my spine? I'm letting the neck go. The mouth is open, the tongue and the jaw are loose and heavy. Now stop the hips. Let everything else stop on its own and take a deep breath in. And exhaling, melt. Roll the wrists and fingers, move the face. Good. Okay, here we go. We're going to go into our breath. This is the stress breaker breath. Deep breath in and hold. Now melt. Don't force the air out, no noise. Just melt. Let the air seep. Sink. Let the eyeballs soften, the small of the back of the neck, the back of the knees. Everything's melting for the ground. And one more deep breath. Here we go. Hold. And soften. Melt. Release. All right. Think of something that you're grateful for, and when you're ready, tighten out down that pelvic floor. Roll the wrists and fingers, ankles and toes, move the face. And when you're ready, breathe, inhale. Opening your eyes, moving around as it feels good. Feeling all of the work that you just created, all of the work that you just did to create transformation and balance in your body. I'm so proud of you for showing up today. Have a blessed day. And I want you to take that practice of gratitude deeper today. Find things that you can be grateful for. When you catch yourself in anxiety, and you're pulling in that breath, switch it to the stress breaker breath that we just did and find gratitude. There is always something to be grateful for. Even the tough things in life teach us about life, teach us how to live, teach us how to love. So go out there, take the energy you just created, and go love on somebody today. Have a great day.